Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. How are we doing today? I have got a really exciting idea for a video and I really hope you guys like it. So, a lot of you, I am sure, have watched these videos where these beauty gurus are doing their makeup and they're talking about like real crime, murder mystery, conspiracy theories, that sort of thing. All that's really great, but for me, one thing that I love to watch and talk about is good old-fashioned reality TV. So that's what I'm going to do today. So what I thought is I'm going to just sit, I'm going to beat my face, and I'm going to talk to you about the kind of latest programmes that I have been watching. Things that you might want to watch while we're stuck in the house for the foreseeable future. So, but if you haven't hit subscribe already, make sure you hit the box and make sure you ring the bell so you don't miss any future uploads from me. And without further ado, let's just chat about all things trash TV while we do our makeup. So I really hope this is a video that you guys all want to watch. Like, it's something that I've been thinking about doing for a few days now. Obviously with us being stuck at home, it's just kind of like a whole new world of watching TV, and of course I am the connoisseur of all things reality, all things Kardashians, Drag Race, Housewives. So I thought I would just talk to you about what I've been watching this week. Kind of like a little roundup, Wendy Williams hot topics, that sort of thing, but just of my favourite programmes. So that's what we're going to do today. It's not going to be too product heavy. I'll talk to you guys through what I'm using, but I'm not going to go into it in too much depth. This is just kind of a little get ready with me that we can do together and talk about everything we've been watching. So I'm going to go in with my foundation first, which is, oh, should I prime first? Yeah, I'll prime first because I need my makeup to stay on so long today. So I'm going to put on some Milk HydraGrip. This stuff is the bomb. And then we're going to talk a little bit about Drag Race. So who has been watching the new season of Rupaul'S Drag Race? Because for me, I have been really liking this season so far. I think it has got a really strong cast and the first few episodes have been pretty much really good, apart from that one with all the balls. I didn't like that one. Too early in the season for a ball challenge when there's too many queens all doing 3 outfits each. It was just so rushed. It was just far too much. Yeah, so I really have been liking this season. I think there's a really good lineup of queens. I do feel really bad for these queens that they're not getting to experience the traditional, like, what the queens do when they're on their first season. Like, all obviously the viewing parties that they would host in bars are not on, all public appearances they've been doing are not on, their drag cons been cancelled, and obviously there is the kind of elephant in the room of the very controversial and disqualified contestant Sherry Pie. So obviously I've noticed, and I don't know if you guys have noticed too, that since the first episode, everything else, like that Sherry Pie has been heavily edited out of the season as very little airtime, no little confessional talking heads, even though she was winning challenges. And I totally understand why the editors have been doing that. However, for me, I was reading an article about it. So I'm going with the Dior Face and Body Foundation. And basically they're saying that people who do this, like, they should be shown how nice and charming this person is, because it shows that anyone can be doing, like, you don't know what anyone's doing behind closed doors. And I kind of agree with that. I think they should have left it in. It would just kind of show what, that you never know who you're talking to and that sort of thing, but I totally understand why. So yeah. Who is everyone's favourite queens this season? As for me, obviously, I think Gigi is phenomenal. I think Gigi is a really great, really talented queen who is producing looks on looks. But what I like is that people probably thought at the start Gigi's going to be just like a look queen, like a runway queen. But she's really killing it in the challenges too. She killed it in that first lip sync, which was the kind of winner lip sync. So I thought that Gigi's done really, really, really well. Really like Crystal. I think that it's weird how Michelle was coming through her makeup in the first episode, and it's like, you've seen her wear that makeup 2 times. But in the newer ones, when she's kind of toned her makeup down and did a different look, she's so much prettier as a queen, so I kind of understand that. Also, I really like Jan. Yeah, I think Jan's a really good queen who I don't think is getting the credit and the recognition that she deserves. Obviously, they've told her a few times, like, you don't have to show us everything you're doing at once, and I kind of understand that. And maybe that's why she's not getting as good of a... Like, she seems to be always safe, like, not really in the top. But I think she's done really well. I really, really, really like Jada. I think that her drag is like a next level, like her makeup, her outfits, her drag. And again, just like Gigi, someone who you probably think is going to be like a look queen, a pageant queen, but then she's actually doing really well in the challenges. So I really like her. However, we need to give a special mention to Nicki Minaj, who I think has been one of the best guest judges they've ever had. Like, I feel like she was really, I would love to see her back again. And then speaking of guest judges, was not a fan of Normani. Like, I love Fifth Harmony, I love Normani. I feel like she was just kind of there and she didn't really know what was going on. And I also really didn't like the fact that the lip sync song was not like a Normani or Fifth Harmony song. I just feel like when you've got a celebrity guest who is a musician or a singer, that you should use their songs as a lip sync. But that is just my opinion. So what is everyone else thinking of Drag Race so far this year? I really liked the Gays Anatomy Challenge this week. I thought it was really good. And I also really like the fact that Untucked is kind of on again. I don't like the fact that they're all ganging up on Aiden for wearing that same wig. Yes, she should be wearing that. She should not be wearing that same wig. Like, too much, but I feel like there's a bit of jealousy that she's not like all these bigger queens. Like, I think Britta is coming off terribly. It's like Roxy and Jinx all over again, apart from worse. I feel like it's quite mean-spirited. The only thing I'm saying, her runways are not where they need to be, her outfits are not where they need to be, her wig, wig, singular, needs to change, but like, leave her alone. She's not doing you any harm. She's not, it's not like she's killing all the challenge. She's safe. Like, just leave her be. It just makes a lot of the queens look really petty and jealous, in my opinion. They feel like she's not at their level, and I think it just is a bad taste of room for everyone. Concealer, am I going to use Stay Naked or am I going to use Revolution? I think I'll go with Stay Naked. So yeah, that's kind of my thoughts on Drag Race so far. What are you guys thinking of this season? Are you enjoying the new season? Okay, on to another programme which is back in my life. Keeping Up With The Kardashians started again this week. And first of all, why is it on a different day? I'm so used to it being on a Sunday night in America and a Monday on Hey. That is a routine. So when it popped up on a random like Thursday or Friday, I was really, really confused. This whole situation where I feel like it was really weird how like Chloe was so annoyed, not annoyed, but she was kind of annoyed at Kim for like trying to befriend Tristan again, who's obviously True's dad who cheated on her. But the last season when Kim was like the one that was going off her nut and like blocking him, everyone was saying she was being out of order there, so I feel like, where, how can she win? She's trying to make an effort. The clip that went viral was Kim and Courtney having that massive fight. Like physical fight, and I was sitting watching it with Mark when it came up and he was like, oh my god, that's so fake, like they're totally putting it on for the cameras. And I had to remind him of the early days of Kardashians where they would literally be battering each other. So I don't think that was fake. I think that Courtney is coming across terribly this season, and I think it's obviously because she's maybe not been the easiest to work with producers, so they're giving her a bad edit, or because it makes the programme interesting. But I don't know, I quite liked that the Kardashians are back. I feel like it was nice to just watch the Kardashians everywhere in the world. It was quite nice to just sit and watch the Kardashians for a wee hour and just zone out. Has everyone been kind of watching any other good programmes just now? Like, I feel like all I watch is like Hey, which is, for those of you who are not from the UK, Hey is like a streaming service, kind of like Netflix. Then it just gives us all the kind of US reality programmes that are on like Bravo and E, but the next day in the UK, so we're not having to wait months for them to come on TV or download them illegally, because we wouldn't want to do that, would we? Another programme that is back, sorry, Butter Bronzer, you guys know it's my favourite. Another programme that's back is Shahs of Sunset. I don't know if a lot of people watch this in the UK or who watch my channel. I have been obsessed with Shahs since it first came on. I think that it's getting a little bit dark and a little bit depressing. I feel like as much as this is people's real lives, like I feel like maybe everyone remembers an interview with Heidi and Spencer years ago on The House, and they said that it got to the point where they were making up fights to create like storylines for the cameras, and it's spilling over into their real lives because they were forgetting that it wasn't actually real. And I feel like that's what's happening with Reza and MJ, who, as you guys maybe know, they had a big fight, and then Reza said some horrible things to MJ at a party just at the end of the last episode, and he basically said that the reason why she had a really difficult pregnancy and had to have her hysterectomy is because she'd had like 10 abortions shouted at a full house party, at a pool party, and obviously because they've been friends for so long, like I feel like when you have a long-term friendship with that, there are certain things that once you say that you can't take back, and I think that that was one of the things that I feel like the two of them were kind of exposing each other's private lives to a massive audience at this party, and I just don't think that, even though you sign up for a reality show, I don't think that's things you should say. and I just think that it was a bit too far, in my opinion. You guys watch Shahs of Sunset? I think that if you don't and you're bored in the house, it is one to watch. You can probably skip season 1, but definitely start from season 2. It got really good. I really liked Shahs. It is one of my favourite reality shows, but I feel like recently it is getting a little bit dark and a little bit on the depressing side. Not depressing, that's not the right word, but definitely a little bit, they're taking it a bit too far, and they're maybe being a little bit too, aggressive for ratings or to make the programme interesting, and it kind of becomes a point where you're like, oh, why am I watching this? It's actually making me really uncomfortable, and that's the way it's kind of going, which is a shame because I love Shahs of Sunsets. But right now, I don't know if I can keep going. So I was just getting my MAC contour palette there, sorry. Yeah, I think that with the Shahs of Sunset, it's such a good programme, and I just wish that it would maybe get back to them all going to Vegas and getting like wasted rather than fighting at pool parties in houses that are clearly rented for filming, like Airbnbs, you know. But that's just my opinion. The Real Housewives is the reason where my reality TV obsession for American reality shows started. My favourite right now, of course, is the Housewives of Atlanta, and over the last few episodes you have seen Kenya Moore go through her divorce. So obviously, first of all, I am so happy that Kenya is back. I think that she has been really missed and it has been really boring without her. I think that she brings a lot to the programme. So I'm glad she's back. I really do not like her husband Mark. I know that they're divorced now, well, I think they are, but I think when you see the way he treats her, like, and I often think, like, if that's the way he's been like to her on camera, the way he sends her to go and get his clothes for him, to buy him clothes for an event he's doing, and then he moans that she's not got him the right stuff, but it turns out he gave her like a day's notice for it. And then the way he speaks to her on camera about like her, about the way she acts, about the baby, all that sort of stuff, like, if that's what he's doing when he's on camera and being filmed, what is he doing when he's not on camera and he's not being filmed? And that's that kind of thing. And I feel like you see the big change in Kenya's personality from what she used to be like to now. So hopefully with him out the way, she can get back to being herself. I'm using my Revolution Long Weekend bronzer, my favourite bronzer. I'm just going for a kind of bronzy look today. I'm going to kind of just chill. I'm going to do maybe quite an intense eye look, but I don't know if I'm going to film all of it. I might just kind of show you guys bits. Also, that event that he hosted, and he was just not nice to her. I just didn't like it. I think it was not a good vibe in any way. So really quite hopeful that Kenya has away from him in real life now, because I did not like him one bit. However, I really feel like the Housewives of Atlanta is another one where they could probably get rid of a few characters, cast members. So like Cynthia, gorgeous. What's her story? Another fake business? Like, she's now got her wine cellar. Last year it was sunglasses. She's also had a modelling agency. She's had her modelling agency, and then also she did luggage and sunglasses. And I just feel like, and then her new man, and she's like, oh, me and my new husband, like, oh, I don't know. I feel like maybe Cynthia could become like a little, Cynthia could lose her peach and it would all be fine. Candy, favourite, love Candy. And then they're on this trip to Greece, and I just feel like it's really like obvious that Nene Leakes is really threatened by Kenya being back on the show. I feel like she's trying to cause fights with Kenya and trying to make Kenya look bad, and I don't think it's working. The whole thing with like just saying Kenya's bipolar and that's why her husband left her, and try to spit on her, like, I just didn't think that was entertaining, and I feel like maybe Nene needs to just kind of drop in and drop out. Like, I love Nene Leakes, I think she's great, but I feel like she's not funny anymore, she's not entertaining, she's nasty and so rude, personally. And I kind of also, when I watch Housewives now, they've obviously got like Eva, who is just always pregnant, and Portia, I love watching Portia and her wee girl, and I think Portia's a really great housewife. But apart from that, like, I wish they'd bring back She by Sheree. I miss seeing her with her fake house that Paul doesn't really live in. I'd loved watching Chateau Sheree get bought and built, and I really also kind of miss Phaedra. I think Phaedra was great. Obviously she left because of the whole thing that happened with her making up her room and Portia and Candy and the whole thing, it was a bit ugh, but I think she can come back now. Phaedra back, bring back Apollo. Like, that was a great time in the Housewives. That was nice to love Housewives of Atlanta. Bring back Kim Zolciak also. I mean, I know she's got her own programme, but I quite liked her on the Housewives of Atlanta. I thought she was really good. Do you guys watch Housewives of Atlanta? I feel like it's the kind of one where once just to get into it you become hooked, but if you're not into it then you're missing out. What other programmes should I be watching right now? Like, I feel people are saying like watch Love Is Blind. I don't know if it really appeals to me. I've also had people say to watch, like, I like the look of, sorry, I'm just trying to find my highlighter brush, bear with me. No, I think I want to go with my Beauty Bay one. I love this one. The Beauty Bay Brilliance highlight is so nice, and I just kind of mix these two together to give me a really nice kind of golden highlight. I feel like I need a new programme to watch and kind of binge. I liked that Next in Fashion on Netflix. I think that's really good. And then I don't know if anyone watched the new Project Runway, the one without Heidi and Tim Gunn, and it's Christian Siriano is the mentor. That season, the new one, it was just on, it just finished in Hey You like last week. Wow, that was a really great season. I really enjoyed that, and I thought that it was definitely, like, you know when your program's been on for a long time and you get kind of bored of it, it's just kind of on for the background, and then you forget that it's actually maybe not that good. But I feel like when they changed it and went back onto in America, onto Bravo, they kind of redid the hosting and the panel. It kind of brought new life back into it. I really have been liking the new Project Runway. I liked Next in Fashion on Netflix. I thought that was really good as well. And I'm going to check out the Tim Gunn and Heidi Klum new one on Amazon Prime, which I've heard kind of mixed reviews on, so we'll see how that goes. Also, I have become kind of addicted to like listening to podcasts that recap like these Bravo programs. Like, oh my god, Below Deck! Do we watch Below Deck? I love Below Deck Med, and there's obviously the new one, the sailing one, which me and Mark are kind of, we don't know if we love it or not yet, but I think maybe we might binge it again. Obviously it came on when there was like everything that was growing in real life, so I didn't really have time to focus on a programme, so maybe I'll give that another try. And then also I have been really obsessed with Vanderpump Rules. If you guys have been watching Vanderpump Rules, I'm sure you're like me and you're just so glad that Jax and Brittany are finally married, so that we can stop hearing about this bloody wedding that they've been talking about forever. This is Revolution Soap Brows, by the way. But yeah, I really have been really enjoying Vanderpump Rules. I'm not sure if I like the fact that they've got all these kind of new characters that have come in like the kind of next kind of generation. I like that they've stopped pretending that like the other ones all work at the restaurant, because clearly they don't, because they're all like celebrities with $1 million houses. But like you've got like, for anyone who like me, like I love watching Carly Bible, like her ex-boyfriend Brett is one of the characters now. There's like it's a whole new cast, and it's just like I don't know if I'm buying what they're selling. I feel like maybe it's a little bit staged and a little bit desperate. And then obviously you've got the goddess that is Lala Kent, who, I don't know what work she's had done, but she's had done right. Like, she looks great, she looks expensive, she looks so good. I like her, but I feel like this is another programme where it's been on for so long now. Like, I just don't know what else to do, because obviously, yeah, that's why they're trying to bring in these new people to make it a little bit fresh again, but I don't think it's really working. I don't know, maybe they should just make it all about like Lisa and Ken. But yeah, I'm just really glad that we don't have to hear about Jackson Brittany's wedding anymore, because that, oh, for weeks, episode after episode, it was all about their wedding and who they were falling out with and who was getting taken out. What other programmes should I be watching while I am off? If you get any ideas, let me know. I did download Disney Plus, like I said, but there's not that many like TV shows on it. It's more kind of films. I'm just taking my little double down brow by Urban to use for my brows today. Yeah, it's mostly films. We watched last night The Parent Trap with Lindsay Lohan. and that is such a good film. And the other one we watched was like a Marvel film. I think it was Captain Marvel, and Mark wants to watch that, so I let him watch that. But I was so excited for Disney Plus, and I thought, oh my god, what a great way to spend like this time is watching like girl Disney films and programs. But I put on like an episode of, no, I put on High School Musical, the first one, and I was like, oh my god, I used to love this, and now it is literally the cheesiest thing on earth. So I don't know. It's funny how like I can watch a film with Lindsay Lohan from the early 90s or late 90s, whatever it was, which hasn't aged, but High School Musical was not that long ago, and I couldn't even get past the first scene. But I will try it again because I did love High School Musical, so I might give that a try. I'm really missing my daily dose of Wendy Williams. Like, oh, you have no idea how much I love Hot Topics. I love to just sit in the morning, put on Wendy, do my makeup. Like, it is the ultimate way to start your day. So I'm really missing having Wendy, but obviously I'm sure the girl will be back in no time. Oh, girl. And I'm also really upset that we're probably not going to get a Housewives of Atlanta reunion because of everything that's going on just now as well, because this season, more than any other, definitely deserves a reunion. So I'm going to just draw some little hair strokes using my Urban Decay brow blades. Double Down is a product that I don't feel gets enough love. It literally is so good because it's a powder and a pomade in one, and you can use it wet or you can use it dry, and either way you can get different levels of snatchery to the brows. I think that this is a product that you'll need to try. The shade I'm using is Brunette Betty. And I'm just going to draw some little hair strokes just to give my brows a fluffy finish. And then, wow guys, why did I stop carving my brows out? I mean, look at this carved out brow. So I'll take my Stay Naked concealer again, and I'm going to take that and do a little bit of brow carvation. One thing I have become really addicted to, like I said, is podcasts. I love listening to the Sexy Unique podcast, which is named obviously after the restaurant in Vanderpump Rules, and they recap mainly Vanderpump Rules, but they do other programs too, and they've got this little kind of other series like thing in it, which is when they're watching like old episodes of The Housewives of New Jersey. They did the full of season 2, which obviously was like the best season of Housewives of all time. So I rewatched that season. And it's crazy because we obviously watch the new ones just now, and Mark always never used to be that interested in it before the newer episodes, and even he became quite hooked on the old ones, which was the ones where obviously you've got like Teresa chasing Danielle through the country club and all that mad stuff. Like, that was a TV gold. Like, Danielle Staub, oh wow, like that woman, she should be studied. Like, it's so entertaining to see. And obviously they've just started recapping season 3, which was the first season that Melissa Gorga came in, who's Teresa's sister-in-law. And we just started watching that again because I like to kind of watch that episode as they recap them. It's just quite fun, and I cannot believe the glow up that Melissa Gorga has had since her debut. Like, she looks like J-Lo now, so good for you, gal. But back to the Housewives of New Jersey. Obviously the reunion for New Jersey was just on. The reunion from New Jersey was just on, and I felt like it was a really good reunion. I did feel like Jennifer was trying a little bit too hard by shouting over everyone. Like, I felt like, just shut up and don't talk unless it's your part. And it's a shame because she, throughout the season, was actually becoming one of my favourites. I thought she was really funny and really quite likeable. And I feel like she was just trying too hard to get like, to be like, you know, like, be like Kenya Moore level of pop off, and she just wasn't doing it. So yeah, I wish she'd have just shut up, to be honest, and just sat there and looked gorgeous, because she did look gorgeous. But hey ho, what can you do? We've got a secure paycheck for the next season, right? I was screaming when there was that email sent in that was about like to Melissa Gorga about all her fake storylines that she's staged for herself over the last few years. Definitely was not from a viewer, was definitely from a producer. I really just wish they would just film her and Jo in her everyday life and in her boutique and whatnot, and with her sisters, because when she does her stuff with her sisters it's actually quite fun as well. Like, I don't know, I feel like maybe she should just not try so hard. I don't know, I feel like with the New Jersey Housewives, because they all know that Teresa is the star, so they all try to do things to like kind of upstage her, and I don't think it really works. I feel like maybe you should just kind of know your place with those ones. It's like Beyonce and Destiny's Child, you know, not the lead singer, you know, you're not the Beyonce of the group, just accept your place and be a Michelle and it's fine. I could not believe when Danielle came back on and she was demanding to sit next to Andy and all that. Like, I just felt like, oh my god, like, what are these women? They've all got like egos, like, I don't know. I felt like Danielle coming back in was hilarious, but yeah, I felt like, I don't know what I felt. Right, I'm gonna do this eye properly and I'll come back and we'll do the other eye here so you can kind of see. I'm gonna do a look with my Morphe 39L because I barely used it and I really want to, so I'm going to do a nice kind of colourful look with this, but I want to kind of do a trial run on this eye first and then I'll come back here and we can keep chatting. Okay, I actually just filmed my eyes off camera because I did one eye to practice and then I thought I'll just do one eye as like a little Instagram video. So if you want to see how I create this look, I've done a little like, kind of Instagram tutorial on my page. So you can go and check that out, or maybe I'll try and put it here or something, I don't know. I just wanted to sit and just concentrate on the blend. So I've not got much left to do with my makeup. We've got a couple of little bits still to discuss. What else have we been watching? I will take my Morphe Sweet Tea lip pencil. I don't know what other programmes I need to watch. I feel like there is a whole season of Love and Hip Hop Miami which I need to watch because I really like that. And I think there are other programmes that I'm missing out on. I do watch these programmes all day long, Obviously we've got coming back soon. We've got coming back real soon 2 of my favourite franchises. So Housewives of New York is coming back and Housewives of Beverly Hills is coming back. Both of them have dropped their trailers and both of them, the trailers look insane. I am so excited. Obviously in New York, Bethany has left, so there's a new housewife joining. And they did the little thing where they show you the opening credits already, and I said to Mark that Dorinda Medley has got what his tagline would be, which is like, I'm not always right, but I'm never wrong. That's Mark in his head anyway. And then I'm going to take a MAC lipstick, Leave Me Breathless. It's going to be foundation lips, but I'm going to put a gloss on top. There's a vibe, trust me. Beverly Hills looks really good as well. Obviously, Lisa Vanderpump is not in it this season, but I feel like that might be a good thing. Sometimes I feel like it's good to change it up. It looks like Denise Richards is going to be the villain edit this year. That promo looked insane as well. I've also been watching, and that lip is not what I planned. I've also been watching on Hey You, the Family Karma. I don't know how much I'm feeling it. I'm going to try and give it another try though. So I'm going to use Urban Decay Candy Flip Lip Gloss. Like, I like to binge watch old seasons of Housewives too, and Drag Race 2 as well. I'm really gutted that the Drag Race season 2 of the UK version is on hold filming because of what's going on in the world just now. I think that'll be a really good season. Do you know what I don't think it's good though? This lip, I do not like it. Okay, so I really don't think this lip combo is the one today, but I'm going to go ahead and set this look in place. Quite an out there look for me, to be honest, but I quite liked it. So I'll set my makeup in place with All Nighter Setting Spray. And yeah, thanks so much for watching today's video, guys. It was a bit different for me. I hope you guys liked it. Let me know if there's programmes I should be checking out that I've not spoke about today, and what ones you want the team to talk about some more. What are your thoughts on Drag Race, Kardashians, Housewives? What are we thinking? Are we liking it? Also, before we go, I want to play a little fun game today, so I want you to tell me in the comments, if you were in the Real Housewives, what would your little opening tagline be? And if you haven't hit subscribe already, then please make sure today is the day. Make sure to ring the bell before you go so you don't miss any future uploads from me, you know the drill. Get me on Instagram and Twitter, let's become best of friends and talk all things reality TV as well. And yeah, I will see you next time, guys. Thanks so much for watching. Bye!